the prime example of this was what we saw in Miami. And I don't put that game at the feet of Tua Tagovailoa. He threw 3 picks. He has not played well enough the entire season. I've talked about that on this show before. Tua, and you look at it statistically, he's not the same guy that he was the last 3 years when he was healthy with Mike McDaniel. Statistically, he's one of the least efficient quarterbacks in the NFL. But he did throw a go-ahead touchdown with 46 seconds to go. You'd like to think, no matter what's gone wrong, that's enough. And instead, you give up a 40-yard kickoff return to a guy who hasn't played a game in 3 years, and then you can't bring down Justin Herbert or Ladd McConkey. They go down, kick a field goal, and you lose once again. That paled in comparison to what happened at the podium moments after the game when Tua Tagovailoa said this.
I think it starts with the leadership in helping articulate that for the guys, and then what we're expecting out of the guys, right? We're expecting this. Are we getting that? Are we not getting that? We have guys showing up to player-only meetings late, guys not showing up to player-only meetings. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. Do we have to make this mandatory? Do we not have to make this mandatory? So it's a lot of things of that nature that we got to get cleaned up, and it starts with the little things like that.
I could do an entire segment on that quote from Tua. But we got to get to Mike Garafolo in a few minutes here. So I will keep this as brief as I possibly can. There are a litany of issues with the way that Tua approached that. And this is not the first time that Tua has said something at the podium where you went, whoa. Mm-hmm. You go back to Tyreek Hill in the spring and the way that he called him out publicly. At the time, in talking to people, that was part of the broader strategy, which is we're trying to communicate. We're trying to hold everybody accountable. That's on everybody. And so that was something that I didn't get the sense that people minded in the building. Yesterday, Tua comes out, and by stating that the way that he did, he impugns literally everybody in the building, including, possibly accidentally, himself.
Yeah.
If you're saying the leadership needs to get better,
right.
with the player-only meetings,
Bingo.
you are a team captain and the quarterback. That's you.
And the highest paid player on the team.
That's your leadership. But you also put Mike McDaniel in a position where, and Rich said it in the first hour, it looks like Mike McDaniel, because he's now got to answer questions about it right after that, what he's talking about. And Mike's kind of going, I guess he was talking to somebody specific, so whoever that is, I hope the message gets through, but everyone's answered to me. It makes Mike look like he doesn't know what's going on. But here's the thing. I've talked to people in Miami last night and this morning. Okay? I have asked around on this. Nobody knows what the hell Tua is talking about. This is not an issue in the building. When we talk about player-only meetings, you usually think it's, hey, we're losing. We got to get the whole group together, call people out or whatever. They haven't been doing that. There have been defensive meetings where guys get together and watch tape, but that's common in virtually every building. There's been no issues with tardiness. There's been no ongoing problems from a cultural perspective. So in other words, Tua is outside a building that by virtue of the record is doused in gasoline. And for reasons that remain completely unapparent, he decides to go, I'm just going to light this match. Let's just throw that in there and start the blaze. It's a really rough position to put your coach in, to put every one of your teammates in. When you're the guy who's been turning the ball over and not playing as well as you can, to your point, as the highest paid guy on the team. You want to talk about leadership? Tua, in these moments in particular, needs to show a lot better leadership publicly for a guy who, let's remember, is on the books for over $50 million fully guaranteed still in 2026.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.